Okay, that's our first Hebrew class. We're starting with the Hebrew alphabet and first 6 letters. We are using this book, the First Hebrew Primer, third edition. For those who don't have this book yet, I highly recommend to get it. For those who want to start and need some time to decide if you're going to use it or if you're going to continue and you don't want to invest in the book, I can send you some copies of the first and second lesson so that you can um, figure out if you're going to continue or not, if you like the class. Okay, so first 6 letters of the alphabet. So Hebrew has consonant uh, alphabet, no vowels, only consonants. Some of them are redundant. That means they have the same sound, produce the same sound. We will speak about it. Some of them, when we write them, look almost identical. We will dig into this thing too. So in the Hebrew writes from right to left, and also reads right to left. So without further ado, let's go get to the first 6 letters. Here they are. And I need to share the screen. Yes, I need to share the screen. Here we go. Can you see? Okay. So the first letter is Aleph, which is silent. That means that it doesn't have a sound of its own. Okay, that is Aleph. And how do we write it? There we are. Please notice that the top line is connected with the bottom line of the first one. And the bottom line over here, you see, is connected to the top of this straight line. So sometimes it is not a little bit slower. Okay. All right. And fast it will be like this. Okay. We'll stick with the slow one. So that's Aleph. Let's go to the next letter. Next letter is letter Bet. But here it is divided into Bet and Vet. How it is? Well, it is the same letter. It just changes the harshness, the firmness of pronunciation, explosiveness of pronunciation, depending on the position in the word or in the sentence. Okay, so the letters produce the sound identical to the first sound of the name of the letter. Like if it is Bet, it gives us the sound B. If it is Vet, it gives us the sound V. So later on, we will only call it Bet. But right now, we need to memorize both of them. That will be much easier. So, Bet with a dot inside. This dot is called dagesh. Is pronounced B, as in boy. Vet does not have dagesh. It lost the dagesh and it lost this firmness, explosiveness. It became vet. Bet is pronounced only with lips, exploding. It is labial. B. And vet is pronounced by putting the top teeth on the lower lip, v, and you actually can sing it, kind of sing it. It becomes singable. You see? Okay, so let's take a look at how we write this letter. Okay, what is the difficult part over here? So what we need to write this rounded angle, right? And then the foundation, and the foundation goes beyond the wall. Okay, it's like back porch, excuse me, back porch over here, right? So that's how we write it. To write the letters, I recommend to use graph paper and try to, like, if you get in graph paper, you get 4 squares and put those letters into 4 squares. So that will be much easier for you. So this is bet, vet. Next letter is Gimel. And you guessed right if you said that it pronounced as G, as in girl. So it is the first letter in the word Gamal, from which our camel comes. The word camel comes. So you see that's the face of the camel, and these are their legs. Okay, so camel. Gamal, G, G, girl. So how do we write it? Here we go. So when you write letters, especially in the first stage of learning, pronounce the letter and pronounce the sound it produces. Gimel, G. Gimel, G. So you can also say Gamal, G. Gimel, G, if it makes you easier, if it makes it easier for you. Next letter is Dalet. Dalet as in door. D, D, D. So here is how it is written. Okay, please note that here the roof protrudes. Roof goes beyond the wall. In Beit, it is the foundation, front, back porch, and here it is like owning, right? Okay. So the next letter is hey, as in house. So there it is. Now in hey, it is very important to leave that little window over here through which the air comes. Now, in Hebrew, there are 2 letters that's very similar, but they are also very different. So this one is hey, but if we close this window and create an obstacle for the air from hey, it will become hey. You see, that's obstacle. That's that created also a slightly different sound, very different sound. Okay, but this one is hey. The air goes freely out of this window. If you put your fingers on your above the chest, between the neck and the chest, ah, ah, and say that's the sound. Okay, that's the sound. But if you don't say you just say that would be too all right. But het is over here, is produced, is built over here. But hey is a little bit behind over there, down there in the throat. That's about hey. Okay, hey is also one of the sounds that are in the ineffable name of God. Okay, Yud, Hey, Vav, Hey. And here's the second letter, Vav, Hey. Now, Vav as in vine, and it is V. So if you hear that it is pronounced wow, that is when people try to reproduce the biblical pronunciation of the maybe first century or below down the line. But right now it is not pronounced as Vav in the modern Hebrew. And the biblical Biblists also teach it as Vav because for the purpose of those who speak Hebrew or use in Hebrew in modern liturgy. Okay, if you use it in modern liturgy, you will look at the word and pronounce Vav as V. Okay, so Vav. But if you see it is pronounced as W and transliterated as wow, Wav, letter Wav, it's okay. It's there's nothing wrong with it. So both of them are legitimate variants. Let's see how it is written. Okay, that is Vav. Pretty easy, right? So this part is a little bit shorter. The leg is a little bit longer. So that's how it is written, right? So unfortunately, the authors didn't give the names in this table. So that's why we need to go to this table. So let's take a look at the letters again and pronounce them. Aleph, Beit, Vet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav. Okay? So let's see if you recognize these letters in written form. What is this letter? Yeah, that's right. It is Aleph. What is this letter? It says Vav. What is this letter? With a window to breathe. It says Hey. What is this letter? Like door, Dalet. What is this letter? Yeah, come on, camel, Gimel. Okay, Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav. Okay, very good, very good. So we are going now to the vowel points. And today's vowel points are these two signs that are written underneath a letter, and they both produce sound. There is a difference, and there used to be a bigger difference. Right now, we don't need to get into this. They are written vowel points, vowel signs are written under the letter. So if we want to read this, it will be bet, but, ba. And if we want to read this one, Aleph, no sound, ah. That's it. So, ba, ah. Let's go to the practice. Okay. So I'll show you how to read the first line, and then you will read it. You will read the rest of the the rest of the exercise. Okay. So, Aleph, ah. No sound, ah. Ah. Aleph, no sound, ah. Ah. Aleph, no sound, ah. Ah. Bet, b, ah. Ba. Bet, b, ah. Ba. Vet, v, ah. Va. Gimel, g, ah. Ga. Gimel, ah. Ga. Aleph, no sound, ah. Ah. V, ah. Va. G, ah. Ga. B, ah. Ba. Ah. On the second line, okay, I'll take the fourth line, if you don't mind, because there are some other letters over here. And in the fourth line, vav, v, va. And you see what I was talking when I was talking about redundancy. This is vav and this is vet. So they both have sound v. Okay? So vav, va, vet, v, va, hey, hey, ha, dalet, d, da, and so on. So the last letters over here, they are not single letter, but combination of two letters. And in this, Aleph doesn't have any sound in this position and in this position. It doesn't have any sound. So that means that what is left is the vowel ah. Let's take a look at this one. Bet does have a sound, b, but Aleph doesn't have a sound. So it is ba. Now, hey has a sound, right? Yeah, ha. Okay, and Gimel has a sound, g. So how do we read it? Hug, hug. Okay? So Dalet has the sound d, and Gimel, g, d, g. So the difficulty here for us that we need to teach our eye not to look for the vowel after the letter, but we need to look for the vowel under the letter. So that will be difficult. So that is why I recommend not to skip the first stage of learning how to read. So pronounce both of the sounds and then put them together, like g, ga, d, da. This way you will train your eye to go vertically, not horizontally, in search for the next sound. Okay, so do at home exercise from chapter 1, reading exercise, reading practice, and we'll meet you next time with the next 5 letters and 2 vowel points. Again, if you have questions, you can put them in the comments. And if the questions are about general alphabet and Hebrew language, there will be a separate video. But if it is a question about this particular part, In the next lesson, I will start with answering that question.